Who can say this in Arabic, please?
Yes, miss. This topic.
Yeah, what I just said. Yeah, the three things that the generative grammar should do.
Yes, miss. I will read in English and translate in Arabic to my colleagues.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, this type of grammar should also be capable of revealing the basis of two other phenomena. هنا تقول لك إنه هاي القواعد يجب أن تكون متكونة وتتعلق بهذني الجزئين اللي هي من الفومينينا. First في البداية how some superficially different phrase. بالبداية الاختلاف بالفريز بالمقاطع. And the sentences are closely related. والجملة تكون قريبة تكون قريبة جدا يعني closely قريبة. And second والثانية how some superficially similar phrase. والثانية تكون قريبة تكون متشابهة. And sentences are in fact different لكن مختلفة. هنا تقول لك انه اذا الفريزز كانت مختلفة فالمعنى راح يكون قريب. اما اذا الفريزز كانت متشابهة فالمعنى مال الجملة راح يكون مختلف.
Very good. And these two are two other things that the generative grammar should do. But the first thing that a generative grammar should do
Yes.
is to produce. Listen to this. It's to produce a large and infinite number of well-formed structures using a small and finite set of rules. Please say
Yes.
this too.
Yes. دا تقول انه بهذا المفهوم هنا a large of number يعني عدد كبير من الفريزز راح تكون تستخدم بشنو بآن قصير او لجمل محددة بسيطة.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay, then now we're going to go to deep surface structure. Okay, so our intuitions tell us that there must be some underlying similarity involving two superficially different sentences. Charlie broke the window and the window was broken by Charlie. So apparently, these two sentences are different. In traditional grammar, the first is called an active sentence, focusing on what Charlie did, and the second is a passive sentence, which focuses on the window and what happened.
Yes.
The distinction between them is a difference in their surface structure. So what they seem is different. However, this superficial difference in form disguises the fact that these two sentences are very closely related. Okay,
Yes.
so they're actually not that different, even identical, actually. They're the same at some less superficial level. This other underlying level that we just talked about, where the basic components, noun phrase, verb plus noun phrase, shared by two sentences that can be represented, is called their deep structure.
Yes.
So the deep structure talks about
is an abstract level.
Yes, it's an abstract level of structural organization. So in the deep structure, all the elements determining structural interpretation are represented. Who wants to join?
Yes.
Okay.
For example, when we see the picture on the shop, we will see the picture of boy on the shop. This shop will not buy the boy, but will buy the clothes or something related in the baby.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yes, very good. But here we're talking about the sentence structure. Okay, what you're talking about goes to mnemonics, the shapes and formats. Okay, but here we're talking about sentences and the format of the sentence. Okay, so in short, the grammar must be capable of showing how a single underlying abstract representation can become different surface structure.
Yes.
So can you also talk about this?
Yes, in Arabic.
Yes, please.
Yes. طلاب هنا بدها تقول إنه الاختلاف بين الديب ستراكشر والسيرفس ستراكشر. الديب ستراكشر المعنى الغير ظاهر يعني المعنى العميق، والسيرفس ستراكشر المعنى الظاهري اللي نفهمه من خلال الجملة. عندنا مثالين: تشارلز بروك ذا ويندو. هنا الفاعل تشارلز حددته هو اللي كسر الويندو، هو اللي كسر الشباك، فصارت الجملة هنا مبنية للمعلوم، يعني بنعرف الفاعل. أما الجملة الثانية the window was broken by Charlie، إنه الشباك انكسر بواسطة تشارلي، فما نعرف شنو المعنى العميق اللي بداخل هاي، لأن هنا الأوبجكت اجى وين ببداية الجملة in the first of the sentences، فهنا المعنى صار deep structure مو surface structure. أو أيضا نقول لك the two sentences الجملتين are very closely related، إنه المعنى مالتهن متشابه جدا and identical وعملي at some less superficial level. وأيضا لكن هنا شنو هو اللي يختلف؟ المعنى مال الفهم مالتهن والمرحلة من الفهم مالتهن. الباراجراف الثاني this other underlying level where the basic component noun phrase plus verb plus noun phrase، إنه تقول لك الاسم والفعل والاسم أيضا. وعليكم السلام. إيش صار؟ لا أستاذ غلط، مو مثل ما أشوف أستاذ. هاي اللانجوستكس اللغة سيرمس I will talk with him in Arabic. هاي
Okay.
اللغة اللي أخذناها ويا مس الناز بالفصل الأول، أخذنا لحد شابتر 7. هسه حاليا بدينا من شابتر 8، فما ماخذين ماشيين بالمادة من صفحة 1 إلى صفحة 96 أستاذ محمد، لا بلشنا من شابتر 8. أول محاضرة من شابتر 8، هذا أول موضوع. هاي مو للكل استاذ، هاي بس للجروب اللي هم 13 طالب، ذا فيرست جروب. ما اعرف والله، وقالت انه اني اشرح بانجليزي وانت اللي فاهمه، او مو بس اني، اي طالب يقدر يشرح الزملاء بالعربي.
Mhm.
ما اخذنا شيء استاذ، هاي يعني تقريبا ثاني موضوع. والله يا ريت احكي وياه. تمام تمام استاذ. Yes miss
Okay.
you can complete it.
Okay. But you didn't say this deep structure. In the middle of your speech, your friend came and you talked about the hours and the other lecture. So
Yes,
yeah.
I will explain it in our group on Telegram.
Okay. That's fine. No, just about the second paragraph.
Yeah,
Explain a sentence to about the
yes,
second
yes.
paragraph too.
This
Okay.
underlying level, whether the basic component noun phrase, yes, I shared by the two sentences can be represented. إنه تقول لك تشارك بواسطة جملتين can be represented، تستطيع تمثيلها is called their deep structure. تسمى هذه deep structure المعنى العميق. The deep structure is an abstract level of structure organization in which all the elements determine structure interpretation are represented. تقول لك انه abstract level مراحل من الحقائق القواعدية organization يتم تحليلها in which all the elements في جميع العناصر determining structure في جميع العناصر المحددة interpretation are represented في جميع العناصر المحددة والمشاركة التي يتم
Okay.
تمثيلها.
Just go to the final two sentences. This
Yes.
shows how
Yes.
a single
Capable of showing how a single underlying abstract representation can become different service structure. تقول لك وبنفس الوقت هاي الاندرلاينج اللي تحت الخطوط، الحقائق تحت الخطوط تستطيع ان تتمثل وتاتي في منظور آخر اللي هو السيرفس ستراكشر المعنى الظاهري. يس بس.
uh,
I can't hear you, miss.
Umbrella
Sorry, miss. Your voice is not clear.
to spread actually before
طلاب هم صوت هذا يقطع له بس يمي.
لا لا الصوت حد يقطع، يعني عندها مشكلة بالإنترنت
Sorry,
الخاص.
miss. Your voice is not clear.
person
شباب، هاي المحاضرة مع الجروب الأول والجروب الثاني، قالت إنه أي طالب يريد ينضم ماكو مشكلة.
أما هو دي هي مادة اللغة صح؟
أي هاي مادة اللغة، إحنا بالفصل الأول أخذنا لحد الفصل السابع، هسه راح نبلش
أي.
من الفصل الثامن وبعده
زين.
ناخذ 8 نفصل، وإنه برمضان ناخذ 4 محاضرات. هاي محاضرة وبقت 3 محاضرات. قالت حددوا ويا الطلاب أي أوقات أنتم تريدوها، مو أنا أريدها، وناخذها لحد العيد. ورا العيد راح يصير إنه حضوري ناخذها. يعني هسه إحنا مطلوب من عندنا 3 محاضرات فقط.
اوكي، بس هو
أي.
الموضوع مودي يا ريت تفهم من
واعتمدت على انه قالت اذا مثلا فاهم موضوع واحد، اي طالب فاهم موضوع بالعربي يقدر يشرحه لطلابه.
تمام.
زين،
حلو،
هو
صوتي
الكتاب
واضح.
وينه حتى نفهم
واذا
الموضوع
مثلا
ونشرح؟ الكتاب وينه؟
واذا قالت مثلا قالت اذا الطالب عنده معلومه بالعربي وواحد يقولها مثلا لك اول اي طالب ويترجم لي اياها انا بالانجليزي، بس قالت
مشكلة.
فقط
زين، هي المادة موجودة المادة بالجدول الخمس مواد مال الكورس الثاني حاطيها؟
والله عاد ما اعرف، هي
هي
تاخذنا
المادة يعني ما موجودة اللغة. زين، الشغلة اللغة هي هاي مو
ما
لازم
موجوده.
جبران. ما
اللغة
موجودة
موجودة، اللغة موجودة.
موجوده، لا
موجودة
موجوده.
بالكورس الثاني.
اي استاذ مصطفى شلون؟
نعم
اعتقد
زين.
موجوده. حلو.
stop this. Look, there of presentations, but because today you guys didn't know that you were in two different groups, most of you guys attended the first session of Dr. Japori's class. Okay, you're not supposed to do that. Look, you guys are in two groups. I sent you the list. Those who are in group one are supposed to attend Dr. Japori's class first and then attend my class. Okay. Those of you who are in group two are supposed to attend my class first on Thursdays and then Dr. Japari's class. Okay, are we clear on this? Now, regarding the students whose names are not on the list, you have to talk about that with the department, with Dr. Nejati. Okay, why your names are not in the list. That's what you have to talk about with Dr. Nejati, not us. But regarding those who Okay. But regarding those whose names are on the list, if you attend your classes in the right order, there won't be a clash. Your classes are crossed, okay? So one of you has with him first and then with me, the others have with me first and then with him. Got it? Are we clear? Is there still a problem? Okay. Look, for the first session for the classes that you're supposed to have based on the schedule, you're supposed to have your classes on Thursday, okay? But because it's online and we can, have some other sessions as well, and we need to have 4 sessions by the end of Ramadan, okay? So Where if it's possible for you guys, Monday morning is okay for me right now. So we can have two sessions on Monday if you want, so that we can cover our 4 sessions. Yes, yes. Thursday is the time you have to have classes, okay? But the other day that's okay for me is Monday morning in the group. In the group, right? Okay, yeah, that's good. Thank you. Okay, no problem. So just give me a minute to see if I can open my Google Meet application on desktop, because um, this one is in the web page and it doesn't let me share my document. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's okay now. Uh, it doesn't let me share my document. It's weird. Okay. So here.
You want help?
No, it doesn't let me share. It just lets me share Chrome tab, not my PDF anymore. I was sharing it before, but it's not letting me. Let me see if I close it and reopen it, will it work or not? Give me a minute. Okay, yeah, it's okay now. Good. Okay, good. So yes, as we were saying, we talked about structural ambiguity. So did someone explain this to their friends while I was trying to reconnect, or should someone explain it? Structural ambiguity. Okay, I'll say it again and I'll ask you guys to explain it, okay? So listen carefully. Then listen carefully. I'll re-explain it. Look, we talked about the instances where a sentence looks different with another sentence, but in fact, in their deep structure, they are the same. They're not different. Sometimes it's the other way around. It means that a sentence um, actually has two different deep structures. It has two different inner meanings. When this happens, we call this structural ambiguity. Okay? Ambiguity, as I said, means when when something that someone says or writes actually has 2, 3, or 4 different meanings. So we don't know what that person is referring to, which one of those meanings that person is talking about. So here in this example in your book, look, it says, one of these deep structures is trying to say Annie had an umbrella and she bumped into a man with it. This is one meaning. The other one is that Annie bumped into a man and the man happened to be carrying an umbrella. So these different versions are the two different deep meanings, deep structures. But the surface structure is just one. It's Annie bumped into a man with an umbrella. So this sentence has two different meanings. And this is called structural ambiguity. So the interpretation that we have is based on what that person is trying to say. We can have different interpretations based on it. So, and something else that I said is that it's different from lexical ambiguity. We're not talking about lexical ambiguity here, because, for example, in the sentence, their child has grown another foot, we're talking about the child's height, and the word foot here, okay, can have two meanings. It can be foot, as in leg and foot, or it can be a measurement like meter and foot, okay? So this ambiguity is because of the word foot. But the one we're talking about here It's not like that. We're not talking about word ambiguity. We're talking about structural ambiguity. So this kind of ambiguity happens because of the word order, because of the order of the words that we have, because of syntax. That's why it happens like this. So can someone explain it in Arabic? Guys, can you hear me? Let me see. Um, who can say it in Arabic? Tamara, can you say this in Arabic? Yes? Can you guys hear me? Or am I talking to myself? What happened to you guys? You know that when you don't have class participation, I have to count you guys as absent. You guys are not present right now.
Sorry, miss, do you hear me?
Yes, but it's
I'm
just
so
you that I
sorry.
hear.
My internet is so bad.
It's okay, but the rest of the class is asleep, apparently.
Yes, miss, you
Okay.
can call. Yes.
Okay, so it's fine. No, I explained this structural ambiguity once more, but I don't
Yes,
know if
miss.
anyone
Nice.
understood it because they don't show any reaction, so I'm not sure. Can you also explain it in Arabic?
If I
If you
can.
want. Yeah, if you want, I can explain it once again in English, and then you can explain it in Arabic.
Yes, miss. Explain in English.
Okay, so listen carefully. Listen carefully, guys. In English, as we said before, we have two different surfaces. We have the deep structure and we have the surface structure. Okay? We have two different structures, deep structure and surface structure. Before this one, before the paragraph that I just read for you guys, we talked about having two different surface structures and having one deep structure. So, for example, we said when we have an active sentence and a passive sentence, they are trying to say the very same thing. They're not different, actually, deep inside. When we have one surface structure with two different deep structures. Look over here. In this sentence, Annie bumped into a man with an umbrella. This is the surface structure. And in fact, it has two different deep structures. One of them says Annie had an umbrella and she bumped into a man with it. This is the first structure, first deep structure. And the second deep structure that we have is that Annie bumped into a man and the man happened to be carrying an umbrella. So we have two different deep structures for this sentence. When this happens, when we have one surface structure and two, three, four different deep structures, this is when we have structural ambiguity. As I said, Ambiguity is when you don't know what the person is trying to say. You understand what they're saying, but what they say usually has two, three, or four different meanings. We don't know exactly which one they're talking about. It also means being vague, okay? Vague, not certain, not clear. And it also says that this is different from lexical ambiguity. Lexical means word related. This isn't related to words being ambiguous. For example, we have their child has grown another foot, and here word is the word foot is it's ambiguous because it can mean foot, which is related to leg, or it can mean foot, which is related to meter. Okay, meter, the measurement item. This is lexical ambiguity. But the one we're talking about right now in this paragraph over here is structural ambiguity, which happens because of the word order, because of the syntax. So if instead of saying Annie bumped into a man with an umbrella, it had said Annie was carrying an umbrella and she bumped into a man, there wouldn't be any structural ambiguity anymore. So it's because of the syntax that this kind of ambiguity happens. Okay? Having one surface structure, two different deep structures. Now, can you explain it?
شباب إذا أكو أحد يحل يشرحها بالعربي إذا أحد فاهم. Yes, miss.
Yes. Yes, please go.
Me or other?
I don't know
Yeah.
anyone, anyone else. There are a lot of people here. You're 20 something. 25 people are here.
I'm not only here.
I don't know, maybe you, Tamara, um, Mr. Abdurrahman, I don't know.
Can I explain?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, do you want to explain in Arabic?
مرة ثانية.
Yes.
أنا فهمت الفكرة مال هذه، عادي أشرحها بالعربي.
Yes, you're supposed to explain it in Arabic. One of you who thinks they have understood it well can explain it for others in Arabic.
Yes. Yes, miss.
نعم.
Okay.
Yes, miss.
Okay.
Let's have
So
Minora.
Muhammad Saadun, you please continue. Thank you, Mr. Abdurrahman.
Yes, miss. هذا النص مثل ما تكلم عنه الأستاذ محمد يتكلم عن الرموز التركيبي اللي هو structure ambiguity. مثلا عندنا عندما يكون للجملة نفس الشكل السطحي يعني نفس التركيب البنيوي يكون لها أكثر من تفسير بسبب شنو الاختلاف البنية العميقة يعني اختلاف المعنى العميق مالتها. على سبيل المثال بالمثال الأول the first example Annie bumped into a man with
I think we lost your voice. Can anyone hear him? Is it just me or is his voice cut off? Yeah, I think his connection was cut off. Yes, Sarah, go on.
دكتور الستركتشر ambiguity
Font in
حتى عن
mark.
الغموض
Mm-hmm.
اكو جملتين، واحدة انه البنت اني تحمل مظلة واصطدمت برجل، والثاني اصطدمت برجل هو يحمل مظلة، فهنا اكو اختلاف بنيوي متمايز بشكل مختلف في البنى العميقة. تجدر يعني تجدر الإشارة إلى أن هذا النوع الغموض ليس يعني حتى لا يخبرنا أنه عند سماع جملة مثل هذه الجمل مما يوضح الغموض المعجمي بشكل رئيسي، اللي هو الغموض المعجمي يختلف عن الغموض هنا النحوي، لأنه كلمة قدم لها أكثر من معنى. وأكو ممثل كوميدي غروش بارك في استغلال غموض هيكلي في فيلم من يعني فيلم يمثل عن الحيوانات، يقول أنه أولا أطلقت النار على الفيل وأنا أرتدي بجامتي، ثم يكملها بعبارة أخرى: أعرف كيف دخلت بجامتي في التفسير غير مضحك. يعني هو تفسير مضحك إنه يعني شلون أفسر هاي الجملة إنه أنا أطلقت النار على الفيل فجبت بجامتي بالترجمة. جزء من البنية الأساسية للجملة هو مضحك، وأن ارتداءه في التفسير الآخر أيضا مضحك. قد يكون جزء من البنية الأساسية في مثل إطلاق النار على الفيل كان ارتداءه البيجامة. هناك في هذه الفكرة العامة أنه هناك بنيات أساسية مختلفة لها نفس المعنى، ولكن تختلف في يعني تختلف في المعنى العميق. شلون عندنا الشعر فرضا.
السلام عليكم. عفوا، يعني عندك المعنى يختلف ولكن هن يوصلن نفس الفكرة.
حبيبتي بس خلي أفهمك إنه أكو مثلا الشعر، هسه إحنا مو نجي نقرأ قصيدة الشاعر يختلف وجهة نظره إنه إحنا نقراها، هو هذا البنى التحتية أو العميقة.
Exactly, Sarah. Thank you.
الأمثال اللي حاليا موجودة الأمثال مختلفة ولكن هي توصل نفس الفكرة.
Yes.
أي
exactly. It looks the same, but it actually has different meanings. Yes, that's right. Thank you. I actually can understand some Arabic. Okay, I can understand it, but I can't use it.
Yeah. I need to ask you about this. Do you understand some word in Arabic?
Yes, I understand some Arabic, but I can't use it that
I
well.
noticed that.
So, yeah. Okay. Very good. Thank you. Okay. So the example that your friend was saying in Arabic, I hadn't said it in English before, but listen to it. The comedian Groucho Marx knew how to have fun with structural ambiguity. So when we have this vagueness when we're speaking, we can actually use it for making funny stuff. For example, in the film Animal Crackers, he first says, "I once shot an elephant in pajamas." Okay, so basically you're gonna think that, okay, he was wearing pajamas and he shot an elephant, but then he continues it with saying, "How he got into my pajamas, I will never know." So this is funny because we don't expect an elephant to be in the pajamas, but because of the sentence that is ambiguous, you don't understand initially that he meant the elephant was in my pajamas. Yes, that's what your friend also explained.
Because if he don't explain the position of his pajama, will mean the sentences mean shoot the elephant in his pajama.
Exactly. Yes. But it's not that way. Thank you. Very good. Okay. So let's go to tree diagrams. How much time do we have? Yeah, we have a bit of time. Tree diagrams. One of the best ways to create a visual representation of underlying syntactic structure is through tree diagrams. So we can use symbols that were introduced before, like art for article, N for noun, NP for noun phrase, and
the first letter in the word.
Very good. Yes, VP for verb phrase, and also PP for preposition phrase. To label parts of the tree when we create a representation of how each part fits into blah, 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 blah. Yeah. This is how we label it. This is also called a tree because it has branches. Okay, and it can actually have it on the right. It grows down instead of going up, but it's called a tree because it looks like a tree, kind of. So yes, that's that. Let's see. Tree diagrams of an English sentence. You know that in English we have the sentence is actually supposed to have a noun phrase and a verb phrase. That is the basic structure of a sentence in English. We have S, and then we have NP and VP.
Yes,
Okay?
miss. Which mean verb
So
phrase come from noun plus verb phrase. Plus
exactly.
noun phrase. And noun
Now,
phrase come from article and noun. Plus noun.
yes. Yes, exactly. So noun phrase can be article and noun, but verb phrase can be verb plus a noun phrase. Yes, exactly.
Also, yes, miss.
Yes, that's right. Okay. So this is the sentence structure. Look, you need to be able to write tree structures, okay, for your sentences. So please be careful and listen carefully and learn it because this is definitely
Yes,
part
yes.
of your exam to write a
For
tree
example,
structure.
yes. For
Yes.
example, we can make a exercise about this.
Yes, we're going to do that. Listen to this and then I'm going to tell you to do what. So, for example, in the sentence, the girl saw a dog, we have the girl as the noun phrase, which consists of article de and noun girl. And then we have the verb phrase, which consists of verb plus noun phrase. The verb is saw, and the noun phrase is article. Noun, dog. Of course, when we want to talk about it in terms of what is it called? The role that these words are going to have in the sentence, this is definitely an object. The second noun phrase is supposed to be an object, so it's O. But when you're writing a tree diagram, we're not talking about the subject and object. We're just talking about them in terms of being noun phrase and verb phrase and prepositional phrase. Okay.
Okay,
So
miss.
yes. So let's do another one ourselves. Please write a tree diagram for the sentence that I write here and send it in your group. Let me write it here. See if I can make it text. I'll write it in the chat in Google Meet here.
Sorry, miss, can you repeat it what you say?
Yeah. I'm writing the sentence in chat section in your Google Meet.
Yes, miss. Right now?
Yes. Give me a second.
Yes. Wait, miss.
Okay. Here. Write this sentence and write a tree diagram for it and send it in the group. I'll be checking the group right now. I'm waiting for a tree diagram. Yes, right now. I'm waiting for you.
Can I explain it now?
Yes, explain it in Arabic and then you guys make a tree diagram. Go on.
For example, sentences consist from noun phrase plus verb phrase. The word the article and the word children noun and the word play verb and the word tennis is the noun.
Yes. A noun phrase, actually. We say it's noun phrase first and then you make it a noun afterwards. Down there, it would be a noun.
Yes, miss.
Yes. Can you also say one or two sentences in Arabic for your friends?
Yes.
Okay, very good. I'm checking. Yes, no, not like this. Look, make a tree diagram. Make a tree diagram like this one.
Write on the paper?
Yes. Okay, on the paper. Yes, write on the paper and take a photo. Okay. Mm-hmm. I saw yours, Rakba. It's good, okay, but the verb phrase consists of verb plus noun phrase, okay? You're missing one level of the hierarchy. Send your trees so I can draw the correct format for you guys here, so you can see what it should look like.
Sure, miss. I send it in our group.
Yes, I saw it. It's good. Yeah, that's right. Yours is correct. Yes. Yes, yes. Okay, let me see. Um, no. No. Look, you have written verb phrase and then you've divided it into verb and phrase. No, it's not verb and phrase. It's verb and noun phrase, and the noun phrase is made up of noun. Check yours. Okay, no problem. It's okay. I'm trying to help you guys learn. It's fine. Don't worry. Just we're working on it together. Who is this? Who wants to join? And they left. Okay, so I'm gonna draw the tree here. You guys have a look. Let me add a new page.
A homework?
Okay. Come again?
A homework?
Homework? No, it's not homework. I'm drawing it. I'm drawing the answer here. Have a look.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Okay, so here. The sentence was the children played tennis. So here we have sentence, and then here we have noun phrase, which is the children. The children is made up of article plus noun. Okay, so here I write the, and here I write children. This is a noun phrase. And then here we have the verb phrase. The verb phrase is made up of verb plus another noun phrase. The verb here is played. The noun phrase is made up of noun. Let me go back. Yeah, just here. Noun, which is tennis. Okay, now I'm going to make it a little bit harder. Okay, I'm going to do another sentence. If you want, please take a screenshot of this so I can write another one. And someone, can you please send it in a group for everyone to see?
Yes, miss.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so the second sentence that I want you to pay attention to is this one. I'm going to change it a bit. It was the children played tennis. Now I'm changing it to the children played with a ball. Now, let's write this sentence in a tree diagram together. So, this is sentence. Here we have noun phrase, which is the children, article, and noun, the children. Then we have verb phrase, which consists of verb plus, what is here? What can I add here? With a ball. It's not a noun phrase. What is
Prepositional phrase.
Yes, very good. Exactly. It's prepositional phrase. It's PEP. So how do I write it? Then again, prepositional phrase is divided into preposition and noun phrase again. So preposition here is with. No. Here it's not that. Here it's not that. Here we're talking about tree diagrams. Yeah. So noun phrase consists of an article and a noun. The article is a and noun is ball. Okay? Is it clear? Okay, that's good. Yes. Yes. You definitely have to draw a tree diagram in your final exam. So yes. Please also take a screenshot of this and the group. This one and the previous one, both of them. Okay, are we done? Should I continue? Okay then. So, symbols used in syntactic. Okay, good. Symbols used in syntactic analysis, which we also talked about. We already encountered symbols. We have S for sentence, NP for noun phrase, N for noun, art for article, V for verb, VP for verb phrase, PP for prepositional phrase, and there are three more symbols. The first is in the form of an arrow. Okay, it means consists of or rewrites as. Consists of means shamile. Okay, it has it. Noun phrase consists of article and noun. Okay, this is simply assured with blah blah blah. And the second symbol, brackets, round brackets. What does it mean? It means that they are optional constituents. Okay, we don't have to have them. They're optional. You can have them or we can't have them. It's fine. And For example, here we can have adjective. Adjectives are optional. They usually go to in brackets. Okay, we don't have to. It's an optional thing. And finally, we have, where's the third one? Here, next page. The third symbol is in the form of curly brackets. These brackets indicate that only one of the elements enclosed within it must be selected. So, look over here, noun phrase consists of either one of these three: article and noun, pronoun, or prepositional. Proper noun. So, did you understand the meaning of curly brackets? When we have curly brackets, you can choose between one of the items that you have inside it. You can't have all of them. There's just one of them that you can choose. But the round brackets that we have here is an option. So I'm going to repeat once more. The arrow, give an example. Yes, definitely. So I'm going to repeat and then I'm going to give you an example. So noun phrase consists of, arrow means consists of what? Either of these three options: article, noun, or pronoun, or proper noun. These are the three options. And then the round brackets, which is here, is an option. You can have an adjective or we cannot have an adjective, and it's going to be okay. So an example for this is here. Let me write it.
Service. I believe
Yes.
because my internet is so bad.
Okay, sorry. What can I do?
Nothing. You can collect. I understand this,
Okay.
the sentences.
Okay, that's good. So an example for article or article adjective now would be a good boy. So this is the first. For pronoun would be he, and for proper noun would be Ali. Okay? This is the first one. The first one is a good boy here. Is this one article adjective noun? Is the pronoun, and Ali is the proper noun. All of these noun phrases. So noun phrase consists of either of these things. Are you clear? My voice is clear. Should I repeat? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Is it better? Okay, it's better. So, okay, listen again. So, a noun phrase, look, can consist of article, adjective, noun. For example, a good boy. Example. It can consist of a pronoun, like he, or it can consist of a proper noun, like Ali. Okay? These are all noun phrases. And this is how we read this. Look, this is a syntax. This is how we write sentences in syntax. Instead of drawing a tree diagram, we can also write it like this. The noun phrase, arrow, meaning consists of, curly brackets, which mean that only one of the options inside should be used, like article, adjective, noun, or pronoun, or proper noun. Am I clear? Here, ungrammatical sentence uses asterisk. Arrow means consists of or rewrites as. This is the optional constituent, and the curly brackets means one and only one of these constituents must be selected. So this is the list that you have to have memorized. This list must be memorized. Well, okay, hold on. Here, please memorize this list for your exam. For drawing a tree diagram, you're going to need that. And also for rewriting it in a sentence. Difference between preposition and PP, prepositional phrase. Yes, prepositional phrase consists of a preposition and a noun phrase. For example, the example that I wrote for you guys here, look, here we have with a ball. Preposition is with. With is a preposition here. Let me, here. With is a preposition, okay? And then a ball is a noun phrase. The whole thing is called a prepositional phrase. Are we clear?
Yes, Miss.
Yes? And noun phrase, very good. Yes, exactly. Okay, good. So in your final exam, when I say draw a tree diagram, you're gonna draw something like this, okay? But when I say write it in a sentence, you're gonna have to write something like this. Look over here, this. So when you rewrite it in a sentence, it's gonna look like this. But in a tree diagram, it's, it has different levels from top to bottom. Okay. So here we go. Phrase structure rules. When we use a tree diagram format, we can think of it in two ways. In one way, we can simply treat it as a static representation of the structure of the sentence shown at the bottom of the diagram. We could then propose that for every single sentence in English, a tree diagram of this type could be drawn. An alternative view is to treat the tree diagram as a dynamic format in the sense that it represents a way of generating not only one sentence, but also a very large number of other sentences with similar structures. This second approach is very appealing because it would enable us to generate a very large number of sentences with what look like a very small number of rules. These rules are called phrase structure rules. As the name suggests, these rules state that the structure of a phrase or a specific type will consist of one or more constituents in a particular order. We can use phrase structure rules to present the information of the tree diagram in another format. That is, the information shown in the tree diagram on the left in figure 8.4. This can be in the phrase structure rule on the right. So when I ask you guys to write a phrase structure rule is when you write it in a sentence like this. The ones that I just told you to memorize, these are used when you want to write a phrase structure rule. So according to this basic rule, a noun phrase rewrites as an article followed by a noun, article and noun. This is the phrase structure rule. The first rule of in the following set of simple and necessarily incomplete phrase structure rules state that a sentence rewrites as a noun phrase plus a verb phrase. A noun phrase rewrites as we said, article, a noun, or a pronoun, or a proper noun. A verb phrase rewrites as a verb plus a noun phrase. It can have a prepositional phrase and it can have an adverb. And prepositional phrase consists of a preposition plus a noun phrase. What are these called? We call them phrase structure rules. Phrase structure rules. So when do you write them like this? When I ask you to write a tree diagram, you write it like this. When I ask you to write a phrase structure rule, you write it right like this. Okay? So can someone please explain what I just said in Arabic? Very good. Or I can give you a sentence, a normal sentence, like the one I wrote for you, like the children played tennis, okay? And then I ask you to write both a tree diagram as well as the phrase structure rule. Go on. Exactly. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Very good. So I think we have to stop here because
Yes, yes,
well,
understand.
we
Yes,
okay. Okay. Very good.
yes.
Since we don't have much time, I wanted to continue teaching it, but we're running out of time. So let me just cover this lexical rules, and but I don't want you to mix it up. So let's stop. Let's stop where we are. We're gonna continue the lexical rules. If you guys have time for Monday, we can continue it then. Okay. But for next session, okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Okay. Then tell me. But for next session, whenever it is, Monday or Thursday, whenever it is, what I want what I want you guys to do is to write 3 different tree diagrams and phrase structure rules, okay? As well as your short notes on what you learned in this lesson so far, okay? Very short and very brief. Just write what you have learned, and you can write and take a photos, take some photos, and then make it into a PDF and send it for me in the group. I'm gonna check your work. And the 3 sentences that you guys need to write the diagrams for are these. I'm typing it on Google Meet.
You mean, Miss, write the sentences and write the explanation of sentences and write the tree diagram?
Exactly. Yes. Tree diagram, explanation, and notes on what you learned. The important points on what you learned so far in this lesson. I'm writing the
Okay,
sentences for
Miss.
you.
In
Okay.
which time?
Sentence
Now,
before your next
right?
lesson. Yeah, no,
Okay,
no, no. Before your next session. Before your next session.
okay.
Yeah, this is homework for your next session. Just let me write your sentences. I'm writing it right now in the chat. Do you want me to group? There's no difference for me. I can write it here or in the group. Your choice. Okay then. Okay then. I'll send it for you in the group. You can go. You can leave. Thank you guys. Take care. Hope you have a good afternoon. Check the group
Thank
and
you,
send
Miss.
me your
Thank you.
homework
Thank
before
you,
your
Miss.
next
Thank you.
class.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Okay. Bye then. Take care. See you guys.
Also,